Welcome back, legends. If you have seen part 1, you already know how Abdul Kalam rose from adversity to brilliance. But part 2? This is the where the magic really happens. We are diving into his groundbreaking work in ISRO and DRDO, his presidency, and the timeless wisdom he shared with the world. Let's uncover the legacy of the people's president. From space to missiles. In part 1, we learned how young Abdul Kalam joined ISRO and helped launch India's first satellite with the SLV-3 rocket. But Kalam's dream did not stop with space. He wanted to make India strong and safe too. So he moved to the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, again. This time to work on the powerful missile technology for India. The Missile Man of India. In the 1980s, India wanted to develop its own missiles so that the country could defend itself without depending on other countries. Abdul Kalam led the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, IGMDP. Under his leadership, India developed famous missiles like Agni missile, a long-range missile that can travel very far. Prithvi missile, a short-range missile for quick defense. Nag missile, an anti-tank missile. Akash missile, a surface-to-air missile to stop enemy planes. Trishul missile, a quick-reaction short-range missile. These missiles made India proud and powerful. People started calling Kalam the Missile Man of India. The Pokhran nuclear tests. One of Kalam's biggest moments was in 1998 when India successfully tested its nuclear bombs in Pokhran, Rajasthan. The test made India the 6th country in the world with nuclear power. Dr. Kalam played a very important role as the chief scientific advisor to the Prime Minister at that time. He worked day and night with scientists and the army to make the mission a success. The world was surprised by India's achievement. After this, Kalam became a national hero. He was loved by everyone, from scientists to students. The people's president. Because of his honesty, kindness and love for the students, people wanted him to lead the country. So in 2002, Abdul Kalam became the 11th president of India. He was the first scientist to hold this high office. As president, he lived in Rashtrapati Bhavan, the big president's house in Delhi. But even there he stayed simple. He loved meeting children and students more than sitting in meetings. He visited many schools, colleges, talked to young people and encouraged them to dream big, study well and serve the nation. He was called the people's president because he belonged to everyone. Poor, rich, young or old. Books written by Abdul Kalam. Dr. Kalam was also a great writer. He wrote many books to share his ideas and inspire the youth. Some famous books are Wings of Fire, his autobiography, where he tells his life story in his own words. Ignited Minds, a book to awaken young Indians to dream for a better nation. India 2020. His vision of how India can become a superpower. My Journey, beautiful stories from his childhood. Turning points about his time as president. His books are easy to read and very inspiring for students. Life after presidency. Even after finishing his term as president in 2007, Dr. Kalam did not stop working. He did not retire like most people. He became a visiting professor at many universities like IITs, IIMs, and many more. He gave thousands of speeches, met lakhs of students, and answered their questions. He said students are the future of India. Wherever he went, he carried a big smile, simple thoughts, and his dream for a better India. His famous dreams for India. Dr. Kalam always said young people must have big dreams. He dreamed of an India that would be strong and self-reliant, with the best technology, educated and healthy with no poverty, peaceful and united with respect for all religions and cultures. He wanted every child to dream of becoming scientists, teachers, and leaders who help others. His favorite quote was, "Dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action." His simple life. Even though he was one of India's biggest heroes, Dr. Kalam lived like a normal person. He had no big house, no big car, no bank balance. He left no wealth behind, only his books, memories, and teachings. He loved music and poetry. He could play the veena, a musical instrument. He also loved to write poems in Tamil. He showed that true greatness comes from simplicity and love for others. His peaceful, final moments. Dr. Kalam worked until his last breath. On 27 July 2015, he was giving a lecture to students at IMM, Shillong. While talking to his students about creating a livable planet Earth, he collapsed on the stage. Even when he passed away, he was doing what he loved most: teaching and inspiring students. His body was brought back with full honor and respect. Millions of people from all over India mourned his death. He was buried in Rameswaram, his birthplace. Why we love Dr. Kalam. Today Dr. Kalam is not just a name. He is a symbol of hope, hard work, and honesty. Students remember him for his simple life, his big dreams, his love for children, his message to never stop learning. Students celebrate his birthday October 15th as World Students' Day in his honor. That's the story of how Abdul Kalam became a national icon. If this inspired you, smash the like button. It helps others find this video. Comment below. What's your favorite Abdul Kalam quote or lesson? Subscribe and hit the bell. More inspiring bios are coming soon. Want more? Check out our other videos or suggest who we should cover next. Thanks for watching. Dream big, work hard, and keep soaring.